Thanks for tuning into Action Media Reviews. Let's take a step back in time to the original G.I. Joe miniseries, The Mass Device, Episode 3, The Worms of Death. We saw Snake Eyes become irradiated and be rescued out in the Arctic by an old blind man, an old white-haired blind man. So, Super 7, in their reaction series, has released, and this was just a random pop-up release, the Arctic Rescue Vehicle. This comes with a Snake Eyes figure that glows red. He is a glow-in-the-dark figure. And the Blind Woodsman. Now, a lot of people poo-poo these because they're 5 points of articulation. I did as well for quite a while. I didn't want anything to do with the Super 7 reaction figures because in my mind it's like, they're not fully articulated, blah, blah, blah. The more that I look at these, the more that I see them, the more interested in them I become because they're, for the most part, fairly cartoon accurate. They look cool. The artwork is cool. And quality seems to be pretty high up there for a 5-point figure. So let's take a look at the artwork on the box. On the front, you have the Blind Woodsman with a glowing red irradiated snake eyes. He has his dog team pulling his sled. And if we look at the back, you have screenshots from that episode. Snake Eyes sacrificed himself to save his team from Cobra's men. He braves the Arctic with a radioactive canister taken from the cave. So, I mean, this is directly from the Worms of Death episode. The Blind Woodsman rescues Snake Eyes from a polar bear attack. With no time to waste, he calls on his snow dogs with his sled in tow. So he has 6 sled dogs bring this sled as he carries an irradiated Snake Eyes to safety. The Blind Woodsman transports Snake Eyes back to his lair and nurses him back to health using leaves and herbs. Leaves and herbs to treat radiation sickness. Okay. It's cartoon. So, Snake Eyes. File name, classified. You have an actual file card here for Snake Eyes and for the Blind Woodsman. Snake Eyes is proficient in 12 different unarmed fighting systems, karate, kung fu, jiu-jitsu, and is highly skilled in the use of edged weapons, has received extensive training in mountaineering, undercover demolitions, jungle, desert, and Arctic survival, and some forms of holistic medicine. Qualified expert, all NATO and Warsaw Pact small arms. The man is a total mystery, but he's real good at his job. Heck, he is the best. The Blind Woodsman. File name, The Blind Woodsman. Birthplace, Arctic areas of northern Iceland. The Blind Woodsman is responsible for saving Snake Eyes and his lone wolf from a harrowing polar bear attack and radiation sickness with herbs and leaves. He brought Snake Eyes back to health with the use of leaves and herbs to draw the radiation away from his body. After realizing Snake Eyes' good intentions, the Blind Woodsman named the wolf Timber and gave Snake Eyes directions back to civilization. And the quote at the bottom, your loyal wolf friend here, he needs a name. How about Timber? 'Tis a perfect moniker. All right, so take a look at the artwork again. Just the box has a matte finish. I dig it. I think that the box presents phenomenally, and you have both of the figures visible here. I wasn't going to open this, but let's go ahead and see what all is inside. Gonna use the trusty X-Acto knife to slice the tape here without damaging anything with the box, without damaging anything inside. I'll probably tape it back up just because I really like the box and the way that it displays. Just got to get it out of there without get it opened up without tearing anything. There we go. Probably not going to take too much out of the box. I don't want to take all of the dogs out or, you know, not be able to get this stuff back in the way that it goes or whatever. But I will pop out the figures so that we can get a better look at them. And this looks like that's all that you've got inside here. You've got this tray sets down inside the yellow-backed cardboard, and that's about it. But you've got your sled, you have the reins for the sled team. Let's see if we can get one of the dogs out here. That one came out easy enough. The legs of the dogs might be articulated, might be. The front legs are very stiff. I'm not gonna mess with that and risk breaking it. These are a hard plastic. The legs are a softer plastic. So some warm water would probably loosen these up to the point of being able to like really get them to move. The head moves up and down. So you have some pretty decent paint apps here. I like the mold. The mold looks good. But yeah, paint looks good. I don't see like overspray or anything like that with those. Get it right back in there. I don't know what kind of gun this is supposed to be here, but you've got like some kind of sling, I guess, down the length of it. It's fully taped in. I'm not going to remove it. Snake eyes, I think I can get a hold of something here and get... Yeah, I can get one of the cans from this guy. The radioactive canister popped out. And the radioactive canister actually glows in the dark as well. But here's a good close-up look at the Blind Woodsman. And it's very, very cartoon-esque. 5 points of articulation. Not a lot of range of movement. You got about a 90 degree there. Legs don't move back any farther than that. But he'll sit. We all had 5 POA figures when we were kids, and we didn't complain about them. Not sure why so many people, or why I felt the need to complain about 5 POA when I first saw the Super 7 reaction figures. G.I. Joe was never 5 POA, but Star Wars was, and plenty of other action figure lines were. The head, considering the fact that the hair and beard are molded, the head does not move, so this is actually a 4 point of articulation figure. You're not going to do any movement with that head. So the arms and legs do move. Overall, the figure looks great. It will display very well. Let's get Snake Eye's arm out here. Hey, these figures actually feel really good. They're fairly solid. 5 POA. The head turns. The legs move up into the 90 degree position. They do not move back, so you're not going to be able to do the splits with them, but you will be able to make him sit. Paint apps. Very basic, but very reminiscent of the cartoon. Let's see if we can make him glow. Not going to show. It's not going to show on camera because I have the light turned on. I might turn out all the lights here in the studio after I get them charged up a little bit and see, just so that I can show you the figure glowing in red. But it does look cool. That's about all that I can say for these figures, is that they look cool. We're not going to mess with the glow feature. I'm sure you all know what that looks like. So the Super 7 Reaction Arctic Rescue Mission, I view this as more of an art piece. I'm interested in getting all the Super 7 stuff just because it's cool. It's neat to look at. I don't know if I'll keep it in my collection or not, but I'm a mint on card collector, so the articulation really isn't that big of a deal. Now, if I was opening these up and posing them and whatnot, I wouldn't want 5 POA. But if you want a nice art piece that's a cool reference to an episode from our childhood, then by all means, pick up the Super 7 Arctic Rescue Vehicle. I've ordered several of them through my distributor and taken some orders for them. I dig it. As far as playability, I don't think there's much playability here, but if you're a collector like me, you'll love this for what it is. It's an art piece. A very nice quality art piece, and I think it's very cool. The display, the presentation, and everything in the box, and I was able to get that closed back up without any issues or anything. Yeah, there's a little wrinkle here, but there's also a wrinkle on the other side. It happens whenever they put them together at the factory, when they box these up. Everything fits nice and tight. I think that Super 7, they may have known that Hasbro was going to redo the O-ring figures, but if Super 7 had made fully articulated O-ring figures in this style, they would not have been able to produce enough. I think that people would have bought them up instantly. I don't think they would have been able to keep stock. I really don't. If they would have made fully articulated O-ring figures, they could have beat out a lot of other things in the market right now. Maybe they were only able to do this in the reaction style. Maybe they were unable to, for some reason, make the O-ring figures. Maybe that was an agreement with Hasbro, or maybe they just never even bothered. They just never even thought about it. Maybe it never even crossed their mind to make these as O-ring figures. But tell me that it wouldn't be badass to have both of these Target exclusives as O-ring figures. I think so. We'll talk about these in another video, though. Alright guys, thanks for watching Action Media Reviews. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and comment and like, share, all that stuff. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Thanks.